All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Good afternoon, and welcome back to another installment of the Trading Room, brought to you by TD Markets and TD Markets Academy. I go by the name of Tsepo. Excited to be back with you guys again. Just before we get started, remember the information discussed in the session is not advice. Please take this. It's very important. It's simply our point of view, but it is not advice. Yep. I think let's get the session started. Looking at the chat right now, Aaron, I can see you. Jules, I can see you. The usual suspects are back, which is exciting to see, right? The weather where I am right now, it's raining, it's pouring. I don't know where you guys are, but if you're in Joburg, if you're in Sandton, also maybe the surrounding areas, you'll notice that it is dark right now. The weather is dark. It is raining, it is hailing, it is a super perfect. It's a perfect one, right? Jace, where you are as well, it's raining, definitely, right? It's a perfect weather, this one. This one is the one. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. On a Thursday afternoon. 5 minutes after 2, we're going to get started. On Tuesday, we gave you guys gems. All right. Hope you guys listened. Hope you guys followed. But we gave you guys gems, right? Before we continue with that, remember, if you're joining us for the first time, we are doing this every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2. We also have other live streams lined up during the week. All you gotta do is to follow us across all social media platforms to find out what we're doing, all right? But if you wanna open an account with us, the details are on the chat right now, or is on the chat. tdmarkets.com is our website. If you want to open up a trading account with us, as you move your cursor to account types, you will see the different account types that we have for you. All right, we've got all 3 account types: standard, mini, and micro. All right, and then also if you guys wanna open up an account in our exchange, TD Markets Exchange, the website is tdmarkets.io, right? That is tdmarkets.io. If you want to trade crypto in our exchange, there are other benefits which we're gonna talk about on another session. But yeah, the tdmarkets.io is strictly for our crypto exchange, and the TD Markets Academy is for our trading accounts. All right. We also provide education, which is getting bigger and bigger because we are adding some crypto lessons in the mix. All right, we're adding some crypto lessons in the mix. Tomorrow we're gonna have a crypto live stream. All right, just set your reminder, just set your notification. We will put it on YouTube, but a crypto live stream just to prepare for the coming week. All right, but it's getting bigger. You are missing out. If you're not in these sessions, you are definitely missing out. All right. So there we go, guys. I think let's get it started. I can see, I'm looking at the chat right now. I think everyone is ready. We've got about, I think it's about 16 people watching us live right now. We've got 2 likes, right? Please share, subscribe, like, do everything, right? For any further assistance, please send us an email to care@tdmarkets.com. So guys, where do we start? I hope each and every one of you guys were here on Tuesday. Where do we start? My goodness, my goodness, right? If you're not attending our education sessions, you are missing out. We spoke about gold. Look at what gold is doing. All right, look at what gold is doing. Where do we start? You guys will let me know. Jason, where do we start? USD Swiss, I think it broke above the trend line we spoke about, but we'll have a look at that, right? We stick to the same script. The dollar is still strong. There are rumors that the US government shutdown is coming to an end. There are rumors, all right? But a lot of indicators or a lot of reports are still delayed, right? So we were anticipating that NFP report tomorrow. It is still delayed, as tomorrow is the first Friday of the month, all right? So it seems like we won't be getting any NFP report tomorrow, all right? But we'll keep you guys updated on that. So we are sticking to the same script. The dollar continues to be strong, and we're gonna take it price action by price action, all right? So yeah, so let's start with USD Swiss, all right? Let's start with USD Swiss. I think it has broken above the trend line we spoke about. There we go. All right. So the trend line I'm speaking about here, guys, I'll just draw it to show you guys, just to give you guys context. So this trend line here, there we go, is broken. All right. So what can we expect now? Let me just break it down nicely for you guys. Remember, this is going to be the same analysis. It's going to be the same analysis, right? Because we are looking at price going back to this high, right? We're looking at price pushing back to this high. Why? Because it came from this high. It came from this low. So it failed to continue trading below this low, right? It had a spike and then price really towards the upside, right? So we are looking at this formation. After that aggressive drop down, we're looking at these two lows, and then we only have one high at the moment. So now, usually with this kind of price action, right, it is basically not going anywhere. It's going sideways. We are most likely going to see USD Swiss going back to that high to give us the two lows and the two highs, right? The two lows and the two highs. I think, Jace, I think you might be familiar with this, but the guys who attend our advanced sessions in our TD Markets Academy, I speak about this formation, I speak about this type of price action and what you can expect. CAT JPY is doing the same thing. Euro Pound has done it, and basically this is just your usual behavior that price does. All right. So now we've got the two lows. We are looking for the second high. We only have the first high. Once price goes there, then this formation is going to be complete. So the idea is to trade this formation while it's forming. Right? To trade this formation while it's forming. So the focus here would be to look for a continuation of this back to that high. All right. And since we broke structure, since we broke the trend line and we broke structure, now this is more confirmation that momentum is still bullish. We broke above the structure. Right? So this is more confirmation that price is bullish. I'm loving this on the 4-hour time frame, and I'll explain why. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame, because there's a particular structure that AUD NZD has formed and a lot of charts has formed. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are focusing on this. Now, if you guys are familiar with wave analysis, with the Dow theory, with Elliott waves, you will know that there's a particular formation of an impulse we're expecting from that theory, right? So an impulse, it tends to create 5 waves, and now we are seeing a clear example of that, 5 waves, right? So from this low here, we have the first wave that pushed up. So this would be your wave 1, right? Within this trend, this would be your wave 1. There we go. We've got wave 1, and then we've got wave 2. Right? This is in line with the Dow theory, the Elliott wave principle. And now this longer wave here, according to the rules and guidelines of Elliott wave, wave 3 is a longer wave, right? Meaning it's going to be longer than wave 1, right? So at the moment, what are we creating? We are creating the 4th wave. My goodness. We are creating the 4th wave. Which should be a shallow correction. And then from there, we are going up for the last wave that might create a truncation. Right? It might create a truncation, but we'll see, right? So that will be wave number 5. So if you ask me, I think USD Swiss is setting up for a nice opportunity, right? One more push towards the upside, right? So we've got this 5 wave structure. Yes, of course, we also have the ABC, right? So as we break it down further, you will notice that you've got the ABC forming as well. This would be your A wave. So in line with this structure, this would be your A wave. This would be your B wave. So we want to buy the C wave. Right? And if you use the Fibonacci, the C wave of this 4th wave, it tends to be around the 23.6 to 38.2. So maybe let me put the 23.6. Sorry, that's supposed to be 0.236 and 23.6, right? And then we've got 38.2, 0.382 or the Fibonacci, and 38.2. There we go. So now we're anticipating the C wave, which is going to be the fourth wave, the C wave, to be in between 23.6 and 38.2. I don't think it's going to go all the way down to 61.8 according to the rules and the guidelines of this principle. All right. So we're anticipating this correction to come, at least maybe worst case scenario, to touch the 50, worst case scenario. But we can use the Fibonacci here. All right. So just to simplify this, the opportunity we're focusing on USD Swiss, we are now in a correction, right? We're looking for a correction. And once the correction is done, then we are focusing on buying this push towards the upside, right? We are focusing on getting this move towards the upside, which is going to take us to where? It's going to take us to that high. It's going to take us to that high. My goodness. This is the beauty of trading, when you know how to use the concepts and how to look for price action that suits the concepts, not trying to force your analysis on each and every price action you come across. This is very important. Listen to what I'm saying, right? And I think Ash will attest to this and say this as well, right? As a trader, you don't try and force whatever concept you're using on every single price action. You wait for price to create a specific formation that meets the criteria, the rules and the guidelines of that concept. All right. So this is a proper one, right? We're looking at a continuation towards the upside. We've got the ABC. The market is trading within the fourth wave of the 5-wave structure. And then we've got the ABC in between. The Fibonacci suggests that we may go down to 38.2 until we find that C wave. But the focus is this push, one more push towards the upside. There we go. That is USD Swiss. I might have gotten a little bit deep on this one. I apologize. I'll try and make it very simple. But yeah, one more correction we're looking for. So it might be something like this. It might be a correction like this, right? So it might be a correction like this. Just keep a very close eye on it before it makes its way towards the upside. There we go. That is USD Swiss. Starting the session with USD Swiss, proper one. We'll come back next week and see how it's trading. But the dollar is still strong at the moment. So you will see these major pairs taking a knock against the dollar. All right, there we go. I think let's go back to gold. So USD Swiss sorted with that one. Let's go back to gold, right? Most of you guys asked me what gold is gonna do. And then I spoke, I never changed the analysis. This was Tuesday's analysis. Now look at the arrow. The arrow is pointing towards the upside. We said that this will come back, right? This will come back down to the zone, right? Because of the structure, we are looking at this formation. It's most likely to come back down to the zone before it makes its way towards the upside, right? This is another example of the principle, the Dow theory, the wave patterns, right? The wave theory, basically. So this is another example of that. So you see what gold is doing here. You have this move up, right? This move. Now this move created a 3-wave. So you've got your 3 waves towards the upside. It was the first correction. Right? At first, this was the correction at first. But now as price went down, it changed, right? So where is the change? The change happened when price created another correction like this one. Follow the pink drawings. So now, where are we going with this now? We are now repeating the first 3 waves towards the upside. So this is the structure gold is trading in. We're most likely going to see gold visiting this top, right? And potentially taking us back to this top. Right? But we're going to take it price action by price action, right? So yeah, so gold at the moment, it is bearish. It's trading. The focus is just this, right? Nothing more than this. Just this for now. Let's take advantage of this structure, all right? USD CAD is doing the same. Yeah, USD CAD has been, USD CAD has been for the past 2 months, I think, it really has been moving, right? It really has been moving. The last time we spoke about this, we said it's most likely going to visit this area, right, as a retest. So price created that area and now the market is going back to that area. So it's most likely going to create and go back to that zone. Now, the ABC here is done. It's already complete, right? It was this one. It's already complete. So all you needed was to look for the C wave to buy the C wave. And yeah, we're just now waiting for it to reach this zone. We spoke about this analysis, I think 2 weeks ago, guys. Maybe you can refer back to the session we had 2 weeks ago. And yeah, just to get the full analysis. However, the focus was purely on this structure. You see this structure. The focus was on this structure. It's a beautiful channel. It's a beautiful channel. You see how it is. So yeah, so USD Swiss doing the same thing. All right. If you take a look at USD JPY also, nothing has changed on this one. Right, nothing has changed. Okay, let me just remove just a few things here. I think that's good. So USD JPY, we are focusing on the structure now. We're focusing on it. We want to trade the structure. This is what's happening right now. We're not going to try and outsmart the market, right? We're not going to try and outsmart the market. We're going to follow, look for those footprints the market creates, look for clues, but always follow the momentum. Follow the money, follow the momentum, all right? So at the moment, obviously, the structure is bullish. The structure is upward. The momentum is bullish. So we want to follow the momentum, all right? So this one, nothing has changed. It has just been, it's still stuck within a correction. You see this? This is a correction here. And we have an ABC formation as well. So we're waiting for the C wave to form. Waiting for the C wave to form. So this one, it might still do this. And then once the C wave is formed, we're going to go up. I can't exactly project where the C wave is going to be because the correction has not fully formed. However, we are looking at this area. We're looking at this area, the market possibly coming back down to the zone, right? And then anywhere around this area, we're looking for that continuation towards the upside. All right. So our focus, or my focus, is not to sell this move, but rather to buy and continue the push towards the upside. Because at the end of the day, you can trade any move you want to trade, guys, right? You can trade any move you want to trade. You see this correction. Nothing stops you from selling this correction. Nothing stops you from buying this impulse. You can trade any move you want to trade. But now you need to ask yourself that the movements you want to trade, are they worth risking? Are they worth taking the risk? Right? Is it worth taking the risk? So for me personally, this is not worth taking the risk for. Right? This correction not worth taking the risk for, but the move towards the upside, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Right? So yeah, so just to maybe give you guys a nugget there, just to digest. But yeah, so this one, a correction, and then one more push up. One more push up. All right, so Euro USD, nothing has changed on Euro USD. We're still going down with Euro USD. We're still going down. All right. We've already done the analysis on this one. All right, we've already done the analysis. We're anticipating Euro USD to come back down to the zone. Right, this is where a lot of orders are. You see this area, this is where a lot of orders are, right? Because of how the market reacted. So this price action is most likely going to visit this zone again to grab those orders again, right? It might try to play tricks on us, but it's most likely going to visit this low again, right? It's just understanding price action. So yeah, so the trend is bearish. The focus for us is this move, right? That is the focus. As long as the market is creating lower lows, that's our focus, right? So we're just waiting for the correction here. We're just waiting for the correction. There's a correction that's forming at the moment. Let me go to the 4 hour. There we go. So this is the trend, all right? There's a correction that's forming at the moment, right? It might come back to tap this area one more time. You see that? It might come back to tap this area one more time before it goes down. It's a possibility. So we just need to wait. However, what we're looking for is just this. You see this previous correction? This is what we're looking for here. There we go. And then we continue the trend back down there. So with Euro USD, there's a lot of orders here. There's a lot of orders that are hanging here. right? A lot of orders. So now before price goes up, right, it's most likely going to come back and tap these orders again. Maybe take them out, maybe. So if it's if it's going to go up, then we see it coming back down to this low one more time before it goes up. So the focus is just trading that move towards the downside, right? So Euro USD has not changed. It has not changed, right? GBP USD also. GBP USD, we don't really have a setup as yet there. It just broke below. It might start to correct, but we don't have a setup at the moment, right? So with GBP USD, we're not going to do anything for now on this one. So if there's anyone looking at GBP USD, just give it one more week to fully form. Give it one more week to fully form, because it has completed this move. This is the move we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. You know, how many weeks? Like, I think a month ago, right? That the market is going to come back down to this low. So that move is done. That was the setup. At the moment, there's really nothing at the moment. So we're just waiting for price action to give us the formations, the setups we are familiar with, in order for us to project, forecast, and So GBP USD, nothing is happening on this one. All right. So that is USD JPY, that is Euro USD, USD CAD, we went there as well. USD Swiss, we went there. Gold from here, gold is going back to that zone there. Right. This is where gold is going. So just a few more pips left. It could break that area and continue pushing higher. Right. It could break and continue pushing higher, but a few more pips left to this, a few more pips left to that. All right. So there we go. What should we look at next? Right. What are you guys looking at? What charts are in your watch list? What are you looking at? Let's see what we can potentially get for this week, for next week. Yeah, let's see, guys. The crypto. Yeah. I mean, which coin? Let's see. BTC. All right. So yeah, so BTC, we spoke about BTC coming back to the zone. All right, coming back down to the zone, and this was just to complete what it's creating right now, right? It wasn't an opportunity. It was just to complete what it's doing right now. All right, so we are here. Bitcoin might still go a bit lower, right? It might still go a little bit lower, but we don't see it breaking the zone. Unless, of course, there's a market crash, unless something happens over the weekend, unless something happens fundamentally, right? But at the moment, we can still see it coming back down, but we're not expecting it to break and go down. This is not what we're expecting, all right? According to this price action, we're anticipating, especially if you zoom out, right? We're anticipating whatever happens here for price to create a higher low, right? This is the structure at the moment. So we've got the higher high. The market is setting up for what? A higher low. And then what do you have? You've got your ABC formation. Your ABC formation. We're just waiting for the C wave. That C wave is going to be our higher low. You see that? So it might just break it slightly. It might just break the zone slightly, but we're not anticipating a major reversal. All right. So yeah, that's what we're keeping an eye on. That's what you're keeping an eye on before we start to look for a continuation up. So let's see what the lower time frames are doing. Let's see. I mean, at the moment, the momentum is still bearish. The structure is still creating lower lows and lower highs. So I think let's wait for this week's candle to close. Right? You see where it is right now. We are waiting for this week's candle to close, which is this current candle. And let's see how it closes. And we'll come back next week and talk about this, right? There is really nothing much to do at the moment. All we're waiting for is for this candle to close, the next candle to reject, or the next candles to reject this zone, and then for price to continue pushing higher. So for now, there isn't much to do except waiting for that higher low. All right, that's in simple terms how we see Bitcoin. All right. No, listen. The move towards the upside is gonna create new all-time highs. So whenever the market resumes trading up, this move is gonna create new all-time highs. So we are preparing for this move. Definitely. So Euro yen, it might just reverse this trend. All right. So if you take a look at Euro yen, the trend is still bullish, right? The trend is still bullish. We don't have any signs of a reversal as yet. So if I just zoom in, I'm on the daily time frame right now. The market at the moment is trading within the following, right? It's trading within this higher high. So we've got the higher high and this higher low at the moment. There we go. So now what is happening here is at the moment, the structure is still bullish. It's creating higher highs and higher lows. It hasn't changed anything. So if the trend is going to continue trading towards the upside, then we are likely going to get a higher low, right? We're likely going to get a higher low. So the higher low might have formed, but obviously you will use your techniques, your strategies, obviously, but we're waiting for the higher low so that we can resume trading towards the upside. This is provided that it does not change the structure. It's a simple structure, right? But for it to change the structure and direction, it needs to break below this higher low. You see that? So whatever it does, if it continues to go down, and then it ends up breaking this, then this whole structure is changing towards the upside. So my point is, at the moment, we don't have this confirmation at the moment. What we have is a bullish structure where we are waiting for the higher low to form and for price to resume trading higher, right? If it changes, we'll talk about those changes. But at the moment, this is what we're waiting for. So yeah, so that is the direction we are looking at on Euro yen. Right, that is the trend. There we go. Good afternoon. NZD Suez and NZD CAD. It's been a while. Let's see what they're doing. It's been a while. NZD Suez. All right. Let's see. NZD Suez is still bearish. Still bearish unless it changes direction, right? But at the moment, it's still bearish. So this is the structure that's forming at the moment. So if this continues to go down, then just follow the trend. Right? So yeah, so this one, there's nothing much to do on this one. It's bearish. We keep getting these corrections, right? We keep getting these corrections there. So for as long as it keeps forming these corrections, you see what happened here. Let me show you. What's happening here is price broke this towards the downside, right? So it keeps breaking the previous structure towards the downside, then it's going to continue pushing down, right? So yeah, so there's nothing much to do on this one except to just follow the trend, right? If the trend changes, then it needs to break out of this and create a new structure towards the upside. But at this point, we don't have that, right? So NZD Swiss, it is still bearish. It is still bearish. And then NZD CAD, I think NZD CAD is also the same. Yeah, there we go. NZD CAD also the same, right? NZD CAD has the potential to go all the way down to this low, right? It has the potential to go all the way down to this low, but we're going to take it price action by price action. So what I mean is the low we are looking at is this one, right? we're looking at the market visiting this low one more time. Visiting this low one more time. All right. So it is bearish. It recently broke this area, which is good, right? It recently broke this area. It tried to reject but failed, then broke this area. So the behavior we would want here would be a break, a retest, and a continuation down. That is the behavior would be looking for, basically, right? So for this to change, obviously it needs to create a new structure towards the upside. At this point, we don't have that. So a break, a retest of this, and a continuation towards the downside. You see how it is? So that's NZD CAD. So NZD Swiss and NZD CAD and NZD Swiss, they are still bearish. They are still bearish. AUD JPY. AUD JPY, we're expecting AUD JPY to visit the high. Let me show you which weekly high. Yeah, it's almost there. So this one here. So there's a possibility that this thing is going to visit this high. Obviously, this is a zone, guys, right? So this is a zone. I'm just using the line just to show you the area, but in actual fact, it is not the exact line, but it's a zone. So we're anticipating AUD JPY to complete this move by visiting that high, right? So this is how it's looking at the moment. So one more push towards the upside. I mean, it is still bullish. No need for us to draw the channels. But what I'm seeing here is that price recently broke the structure, right? It broke the structure. Let me show you which structure. You see this lower high that formed the last time. The market broke above the structure and it's trying to come back to create a higher low there, which is good, which is an indication of bullish momentum. So yeah, so we're waiting for, in fact, we're anticipating at some point around the zone for price to continue trading up, right? As long as the trend is bullish, for this to change direction, guys, right, it needs to break this low. So just think about it. See this low, right? Because at the moment, this is what we're seeing. So for this to change, it has to break what? This low. So if it doesn't break below this low, there's a higher probability that it will continue the trend towards the upside. So yeah, so I would focus on this trend here. I would focus on this trend. All right, so AUD JPY, yeah, still yet to complete this move. One more push towards the upside is what we anticipate. All right, and I think, yeah, so this one, we spoke about this one some other time ago. All right, and yeah, it's moving nicely towards the upside. Let me look at CAD JPY, guys. Let me look at CAD JPY, because CAD JPY, yeah. So CAD JPY also, right? It's going back to this high. There, it's going back to this high. Why? Because it is trading within the formation we saw on USD Swiss. This formation, look at where the market is coming from. It's coming from this low. It reversed. It changed the trend from this low. And then it's pushing up, right? So this one, CAD JPY, still have a few more pips to cover. A few more pips to cover, right? So there's a continuation forming here. Notice how price is breaking the previous highs, right? Structure is broken. So now we're trading within the structure now. Structure is broken. So what are we keeping an eye on? We're keeping an eye on the continuation, bullish continuation. So yeah, so our focus now is just to wait for price to give us enough price action. But to make it very simple, we are waiting for a higher low here, right? This might be the higher low, but we're just waiting for the higher low. And then of course, we're going to apply our not magic, but our concepts to see if they are telling us that the higher low has formed. All right. So yeah, so this is the structure price is trading in. Let me go to the daily time frame. Yeah, you see this low is going to be very important. You see this low is going to be very important here. So price might come back down again. You see how it came back down, right? We might see price attempting to trap traders by going back down and then creating this thing that it broke, right? It might do that, but this low is going to be very important, right? So take the hint. This area, that's where you're going to see a lot of orders around this area, right? So there's a couple of zones to work from, right? Also this one. So if it breaks the first one, it might spike people out on the second one before it does this, right? There's a lot of trade ideas that I see on this one, but I don't want to make it too complex, just to keep it not basic, but proper so that you guys understand we're waiting for a higher low. So keep an eye on this low here. It's going to be extremely important. Yeah, it's going to be extremely important. Let's see what's going to happen, right? If there's any changes, we will discuss those changes. We'll discuss those changes, right? And also don't forget to follow us on social media, guys, right? The link is on the chat right now. The link tree is on the chat right now. Open that link. It will list all our socials down. Follow us. We're on Facebook. You'll see, right? Just follow us to get more information on what we're doing, what we have, the products we have, and so forth and so on. Don't miss out, right? Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are gunning for 10,000 subscribers. Please subscribe, share, like, let's do all the good things, NAS 100. Right? NAS 100. We spoke about this on Tuesday. This is the analysis. Boom. There we go. NAS 100. NAS 100. So we spoke about this, guys, on Tuesday. It is still bullish. I highlighted that zone to say this is where we're going to look for a higher low, right? So price came back to tap this zone. It's building momentum towards the upside, and this is going to be a good one. Right? So yeah, so it's bullish. There's an inverse head and shoulder that's forming there. So yeah, so we're anticipating this to go up. Nasdaq, as well as US 30, S&P 500, they like to play around before they move, all right? They like to play. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this. You see how clear this is? It's a very clear setup. What it could do is this, right? It's going to give you the confirmations you're looking for. It's going to go up, right? And then before you know it, it might give us this spike like this, right? Coming back to previous lows and then starts to go up like this. It likes to do something like this. Let me show you what I'm talking about, right? It happened, I think it was here. Wait, let me just scroll. Yeah, it happened here, right? Where it gave us this spike and then we are going up, right? So as we are going up, it came back down one more time, right? So it was building nice structure, going up, building nice structure, So according to this, we were like, yeah, no, this looks certain it is going to go up. And then before you know it, it came back down to this low again, boom, and then went up, right? Maybe it was to sweep liquidity, could be, but you can expect things like this, especially on indices. Things like that, right? So where we are right now, we could get that move towards the upside and then do this one more time before it goes up, because it's a clear setup. So obviously there could be a bit of manipulation to take out some traders, build liquidity, and then go up, right? So just be aware of such. But in terms of the structure will always play out, right? Unless it changes, but it will always play out. So whatever happens, the structure remains bullish, so we're going back to that high. All right, so NASDAQ, this is how we're looking with NASDAQ, right? US 30, let me see US 30. I wonder, it should also be in a bullish trend. Yeah, no, US 30 as well. You see US 30, I'm not going to draw a lot of lines here, but I just want to show you this. This is most likely going to break towards the upside. It is most likely going to break towards the upside, right? I'm not sure if I should include that or do this, but it's most likely going to break towards the upside, right? It might take its time and continue doing this, right? But the break here is towards the upside. So it could break where it is, or it could come back down one more time before it breaks towards the upside. So just be aware with those things, all right? Just be aware of those things. All right, let me look at the chat. W on the chat. All right, guys. I think I've gone over what you guys requested. All right. Any more pairs we should have a look at? Is there any more pairs you want us to have a look at? Let's see. Right. And also, while we're on it, tomorrow we're gonna have a crypto live stream. Right. We're gonna put it on YouTube. So by the end of day, it will be on YouTube. You're gonna have a crypto live stream, something like this, but on crypto, strictly on crypto tomorrow, right? Don't miss out at 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. tomorrow, crypto. Don't miss out. You're gonna have something like this. It will be on YouTube, so you guys can just turn on the notification bell. But it's gonna be there, right? Tomorrow, and yeah, good things are coming for crypto, right? I've been vocal about the opportunities we see on the crypto because, I've been mentioning what's happening around the world in terms of the crypto. Obviously, there's a lot that's happening, but what I've mentioned, I think it is enough for us to try and understand the position, the positioning of crypto, basically, all right? There's a lot that's happening, guys. So we're going to discuss those things tomorrow. Set your reminder tomorrow at 2 p.m. the crypto live stream, TD Markets crypto live stream. All right. And they're going to talk about a lot of things there, but don't miss out tomorrow at 2 p.m. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how things are looking. Great opportunities. The US equities or the indices are going to push up. They are currently in a correction. They're going to continue pushing up. NASDAQ is going to continue pushing up. USD will continue pushing up. UK 100 has already gone up, right? We spoke about UK 100 pushing up. It has already gone up, all right? Gold is pushing up, which is nice. And then obviously we spoke about the dollar, all right? Euro AUD, let's see. Yeah, Euro AUD, it has gone down. It's going back to the low now. So it's just been doing its own thing. So this is how Euro AUD is looking, right? The bigger structure remains bullish. So where it is right now, it is trading on this low, obviously, right? This is the support it is trading on there. So on this support, it's simple. Either price is going to break and go down, or it's going to reject and go up. I mean, with this one, we don't even have to do a lot of stuff on this one. Right? A lot of stuff. It's on the support. The support can hold or it can break. Right? It can hold, it can break. All you gotta do is to wait and look for your confirmations there that price is gonna push towards the upside. So as it is right now, seems like it is trying to reject, right? So there's two possibilities here. If you get your confirmations that this is gonna push up, then definitely. But just know that the support can break. So if it breaks towards the downside, it will also give you an opportunity. So this is how we're going to approach Euro AUD, right? Euro AUD. So either we're going to be getting this or we're going to get this. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's give it, let me look at the daily time frame. If there's anything on the daily time frame. Yeah, the daily time frame, there isn't much on the daily time frame because the market rejected the structure, right? There isn't much at the moment here. So let's give it a day or two. Right? Let's give it a day or two. Either it's going to push and break this zone, or it's going to go down and break the support. This is what we see. Right? So maybe let's give this one a day or two. For me personally, it hasn't done anything. So that's Euro AUD, all right? The pound CAD, let's see. All right, so pound CAD, let me do this. Okay, so I can already see what's happening with pound CAD, right? A couple of things here. I see with the current price action a short-term buy on pound CAD, a short-term buy, right? I will just break it down. Let me do this, right? Okay, so I'm just using these lines for structure, all right? So now we had this major push, major sell-off towards the downside, which broke this previous structure here, right? It broke this previous structure and came back to the structure there, right? So now here, there's a possibility we're gonna see price going back to tap that broken structure one more time. More especially that it's doing this now. More especially since it is doing this, right? You see how it's rejecting this area here, right? Which is good. So this is the price action we would combine. We would combine just to try and make sense of what it's trying to do, right? So what we're seeing right now is that broken structure, GBP CAD, according to what we see right now, has a higher probability of going back to test that broken structure. All right, so there's a couple of things here. We also have this high. So first of all, we're gonna see it going back to that high. Should it break that high, then it's gonna go back to the previous structure, right? So I think a near-term target is on this high. There, a near-term target is on this high. So the structure on the 1 hour, it has turned bullish already. It has turned bullish. This is the structure. So yeah, so we want to follow the structure, all right, until it gets there. We want to follow the structure until it gets there. Let me also see. Yeah, I know. This thing looks like it's going back to this high. It's going back to this high. Yeah, it's going back to that high. So this is the daily candle. Yeah, we would want the daily candle to close above this zone, right? It is currently trading above the zone. We would want the daily candle to break and close above that zone so that it gives us a higher probability of a continuation towards the upside. Yeah, so this one, GBP CAD, it's going back there one more time, right? Let's see, crude oil. Yeah, no, crude oil, we've already spoken about this one, all right? We already spoken about, but let me go back. So the last time we spoke about this one, we said it's coming back to test this zone, right? I believe it was both US and UK, right? WTI and crude oil. It's going back to test that zone. And yeah, it went up. Let me go to the lower time frame to remind you guys. There we go. So it went up to test that zone, all right? So from here, the structure has not changed. The structure is still bearish. This is the structure. Unless it changes the structure, right? Unless the structure changes, but at the moment it's still intact. So we have this low as well, right? Which we should consider. So the approach here, you see as it is right now, the approach is to follow what price is doing, of course, right? So if it breaks out of this, then this is what we're gonna see, right? It can still break out of that, giving us this correction and go up again one more time, right? At the same time, it is still trading inside this, so it can continue going down. So whenever the market is trading within a structure like this and is approaching the top of the structure, just know that these are the two possibilities that we're gonna get. All right, so as it is now, if we zoom in, the focus now would be to keep an eye on this, to see how price is going to react with this, because there is one more push to the upside that is likely going to happen because of this structure. One more push up, right? And then from there, we'll see if it breaks or if it does this. You see how it is? So it is still trading within a bigger descending structure, but within the descending structure, there's a move towards the upside, which could still take us back to the top of the structure, the resistance of the structure, right? According to the channel. So yeah, so we see that one more push coming, and then from there, either we're gonna get this or we're gonna get this. All right, there we go. Silver, nothing has changed on silver. It is still bullish. Nothing has changed on silver, still bullish. All right. Yeah, nothing has changed on this one. We see silver continue the trend and going back to that high because the trend is still bullish. At least the 1 hour structure. The daily structure is still bullish. So we still see this pushing back to that high. All right. So all we're looking for now is a higher low. So yeah, so this is the move that's most likely gonna come. So a couple of things to watch out for here. We've got the following, right? We have this and this. So short term, silver is going back to this high. Short term, silver is going back to that high, short term. Right, so there could be a couple of opportunities going back there short term. Now from that zone, right, there are two possibilities. The overall move is upside. So this can break and go up, all the way up, or it could reject, probably come back down here again before it does this, right? These are the two possibilities once we reach that zone there. But as it is now, this is, we only have one possibility to reach that zone, right? This is the only possibility we're seeing here, right? So maybe let's wait for this to complete. It's gonna provide us with trading opportunities. It's gonna provide us with trading opportunities. Maybe waiting for this move or capitalizing on this move, and then we'll talk about it once it reaches that zone. Right, so that is silver. The bigger structure is bullish, right? So while the market is trying to resume the bigger structure, it might go down one more time. But what we see now is one more push towards the upside. And then we've got Ethereum. Ethereum, we're looking for a continuation, right? So Ethereum, this is how it's looking at the moment, right? It's trading within this correction. After this aggressive push towards the upside, it has corrected, right? So we could say that right now it's going to continue pushing lower because of the correction. So we are keeping an eye on this structure here, this structure. We could see Ethereum coming back to tap the structure one more time. Let me show you. On the daily time frame, it's this. Right, we could see Ethereum coming back to tap the structure one more time, right, before it goes up, because it is still within the correction. And if we take the Fibonacci, we draw the Fibonacci, right, it's in between the 50 and the 61.8, which gives us a good area to look for opportunities. So yeah, so short term, Ethereum is most likely gonna continue pushing down, right, short term. But around this area, we're going to keep a very close eye around this area to look for those movements towards the upside, right? But short term is most likely going to continue pushing down. So we are focusing on buys. We are interested in buys than sells, right? We're interested in catching a move like this rather than a small move going down, or at least myself, right? Interested in looking for a move like this. So yeah, this one needs a bit of time. But we see the market pushing up at some point, right? Once this is done, we see the market pushing up. So let's just continue monitoring this. Continue to monitor it. All right. Cool stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the session. We went through the charts. It has been a good week so far. It has been a really good week. Much better than last week, of course. A really good week. Hope you guys echo the same sentiments. Whatever you do, follow these setups, apply yourself, follow your strategies, follow your concepts, and yeah, we're gonna provide you guys with updates, right? Opening bells, trading room. So tomorrow we're gonna be looking at the crypto, strictly crypto, on tomorrow's session, right? Strictly crypto at 2 p.m. It will be on YouTube. The link will be on YouTube shortly, but yeah, just keep an eye. For today, that's it from myself. Thank you for joining us. Please like, share, subscribe, and yeah, let's continue. All right, that's it, guys. Have a good one, everyone. Enjoy and cheers.